You felt it most specifically here in Pakistan 2 years ago, and many today have already spoken about that suffering. The fact that 33 million people in Pakistan were adversely affected by the floods represents not only a significant number of your country, but represents a significant percentage of our Commonwealth population. And I think it's very important for people to understand the enormity of what you suffered, because the United Kingdom's population is now about 66 million. So we must envisage that half the population of the United Kingdom would have been adversely affected by one climatic incident. And I think it is important that everyone has talked about the pain and the suffering, because climate change is the greatest challenge of our time. It transcends borders, affecting every nation, every community, and every individual on this planet. And our young people are the most directly exposed to its impact now and in the future. It is not fair, it is not just that the burden falls on the shoulders primarily of your generation. But I do know that it is you who are going to be the last generation to be able to do something about it. And we know that Pakistan, with its diverse landscapes and rich cultural history and heritage, is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of nature change. However, we also know that Pakistan is one of the most beautiful, diverse countries in the world. And we saw how Pakistanis responded with resilience, with passion, with determination 2 years ago, which gives us all great hope. But the risk of disaster such as this, combined with the extreme heat waves, the glacial melt, and the scarcity of water and food, underlines the profound effect climate change has across this incredible nation. These environmental challenges not only threaten the livelihoods and the well-being of millions of Pakistanis, but also pose significant obstacles to sustainable development. But I want you to think of what I see, because what I see is the energy, the acuity, the wisdom, the passion, the knowledge in this room too. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go and see one of Pakistan's primary universities. 4% of those who applied to the university got in. But what did I see? Innovation, creativity, solutions. And so as I sat watching all of you, I have to tell you, I felt joy. I felt hope. I saw the possibility. I saw our future, and it is bright. Because there's also a determination that knowing that this bulge that people talk about is the richest seam of gold that this world has. And the bulge is seen across our Commonwealth, because 60% of the 2.7 billion people in our Commonwealth, who represent 1/3 of humanity, from 5 different regions, small countries, big countries, rich countries, poor countries, island states, landlocked states, 60% are also under the age of 30. And that demographic means we have a chance. And we have the opportunity, if we enable our young people to obtain the sort of help, support, and technical assistance they need, not only to rise to the challenge of today, but to grapple and overcome the problems of tomorrow. Although we are at a moment of greatest challenge, we are also at a moment of the greatest opportunity. The technological advancement that we are now on the brink of taking advantage of, both digitally and through AI, will make an exponential difference to our ability to succeed. It is now anticipated that AI will add $15.7 trillion to the world's economy by 2030. It is important that we all make sure that our young people have the opportunity to take advantage of that growth in our global economy. And so you will know that the Commonwealth has launched an AI consortium with virtually the whole of Silicon Valley, that we have constructed an AI academy for all our young people to take advantage of. Because there are those who are afraid of AI. What do I know about it? It is here. It is not going away. And we have the chance either to be its master or to be mastered by it. And I believe that we can master the advantages of AI to radically change the opportunity for us to solve the world's problems. And I'll just give you one example. Because we've been working with the UN, not just the UNDP, but right of way across, and I want to thank UNICEF and UN for joining in partnership with us. But we've been working with UNITAR and UNISAT and the British Space Agency in order to take advantage of the geospatial data that's available. And in the past, the computations that we were having to undertake were slow, were painful, and eventually successful. Our speed has really increased. I will tell you about one program, which is for Fiji, a small island developing state which is really suffering and at risk because of the low sea level rise. It needs a nature-based seawall. We were able to construct a nature-based seawall plan the structure of a nature-based seawall for Fiji and make an application using the geospatial data, putting that data into a simulation lab so that we were able to successfully get from the adaptation fund £5.7 million, or dollars, I beg your pardon, for Fiji within the space of 1 year. That's an application which would have taken us 5. But with AI, we were able to do more. I'm going to have to go because apparently the PM is waiting for me. But I want you to know how desperately important you all are. And what I want you to hold in your mind is that each and every one of you have been given a real skill from God.
दौलत मुश्तरका की सेक्रेटरी जनरल पेट्रिशिया स्कॉटलैंड ने तकरीब से खिताब किया है। कह रही थी कि पाकिस्तान के 60% नौजवान हमारी उम्मीद हैं। नौजवान तबका मुस्तकबिल का लायामल तय करेगा। ये पहली नस्ल है जो क्लाइमेट चेंज का शिकार है। उन्होंने कहा कि पाकिस्तान एक खूबसूरत